Well, hello and welcome back to the Boys Under-17 World Championship here in Qatar 2026. We have the next quarter-final action coming up between Venezuela and Brazil, a South American battle for a place in the semi-finals. Both teams have been warming up extensively and now are presented onto the court where we hear their national anthems and presentations. It's been an exciting week of competition and we are now reaching the business end. Match officials being introduced as we now turn for national anthems. Well, it's a national anthem that has played many, many times before in world volleyball. Brazil, one of the powerhouses of the sport at every level, men, women, juniors. And here as well, one of the favorites in this competition. They beat India 3-0 in the round of 16 in a very convincing victory where they led from start to finish. Now they head into this match as the heavy favourites with Venezuela, who've had a great tournament so far. Up ahead has a big challenge. They beat Bulgaria 3-2 in the round of 16. That was a very important victory for them after defeats to France and Tunisia in the group stages. And France, another of the heavy favourites in this tournament. We just saw them play in their quarter-final match against Romania. As we will have our teams being introduced one by one, starting with Venezuela. Their top scorer, number 9, Rondon, will be a player to watch. But overall, pretty well-rounded team with pretty well-distributed scoring across the board. Can Venezuela keep the dream alive? Can they overcome Brazil? So here we go then. Teams are ready to get underway. It's going to be Venezuela in red serving, Brazil in yellow receiving. Here we go, it's a float serve, deep to the corner, well handled. The tip is covered by Venezuela. First chance for a break point here. Nicely covered again. Oh, what a pickup. It's a high ball to the outside, heavy swing, another pickup. What a rally to start the match. And in the end, Venezuela scrapped their way to put their first point on the board. Take momentum on their side. What a rally. Both teams scrambling to keep the ball alive. Venezuela can't back it up from the service line, so Brazil get a free side out. It's going to be the setter, the captain, Pedro, serving for Brazil. He's also second in aces amongst all the players in the competition, so a very powerful and efficient server. Great pickup. The opportunity is not taken though. Here come Venezuela. Blocked by Brazil. It's a heavy swing and it looks like potentially a sprained ankle. As you see here on the landing, yeah, you can see that left foot maybe causing some trouble. We're going to need some medical attention here. He landed on his teammate. You can see on the replay that left ankle twisting way beyond its normal range. Hope that he might be able to continue. High ball's a little bit too tight. Great push through the block. Brazilian players are complaining, looking at the second referee. Potentially for a net touch or maybe an open hand attack as well, because that's been called a couple of times already in the previous match as well. Referee's not allowing that kind of dragging motion, as Brazil used the middle effectively for the first time. Lorenzo with a heavy serve. Now here comes Venezuela, that's a big swing. See that left hand ripping across his body. And a little bit too much line opened up for him. Wow. Again, Brazil towering over the net. And with that perfect volley, they've got so many options. Warm-up swing through the middle. Really nice push sets, a little bit tight again. Another joust won by Venezuela. Brazilian players don't like it. They're looking right and left at both referees. No call is given though. Another joust won by Venezuela. And that man right there, Rondon, number 11, is leading the way, leading the charge for this Venezuelan team to try and challenge one of the best teams in the world. It's nicely slowed down by the block. Ball to the outside, sharp angle, under the block, onto the court. And Venezuela take the lead here in the opening set. Rondon again with a heavy serve. Slightly out of system for Brazil. It's going to be another opportunity. Oh, well covered by the block. Take a look at the movement, the press. And the cover from Venezuela can't quite get it up. Lucas for Brazil, the middle blocker, is leading the competition in blocks. That's his 19th block now. There's another one, this time well covered by Venezuela. Second chance, blocked again, covered again. It's going to be a free ball for Brazil. Perfect ball in. Oh, what a pickup, what a rally. Brazil come again. And Venezuela's effort and passion is rewarded as Brazil hit that ball wide. Back to back, stellar digs from Venezuela. Can't fault the construction for Brazil. Pedro with a good delivery. Arthur with a good swing. Goes right back to him. And this time it's Lucas through the middle. This is a very talented, very springy team from Brazil. Across every position. Look at that reach. I mean, unbelievable for a player under 17 years of age to swing that high, that strong. Swing goes wide that time down the line for Venezuela. And coach just kind of showing that he should be facing more cross-court before turning it back to the line, as opposed to turning his whole body. By the way, Brazil get the point, take back the lead here. Goes a little bit off the net for Rondon. Does he find the hands? No, he does not. You can see his intention. Ball was way off the net and there was a big block in front of him. That time trying to get the top of the hands, misses them. And gifts Brazil another point. 8 serving 6. Passes off for net. It's going to be a high ball to the outside, through the block. And Echare on the outside in his first attack point of the match. Block slows it down, gets another opportunity for Venezuela. Roll over the line. And it's Brazil come up with the point. Oh, it's swung into the antenna though. So Venezuela tie things up here. Trying to get a little bit too greedy with a line that quite simply wasn't there on that angle. Ball goes through the block for another point for Brazil. And it just feels like they have a level of maturity way beyond their years, because they very rarely make two mistakes in a row. Every time Brazil have been stopped or they've made an error in attack, the very next point they've started out very fluidly. Now it's Lucas, the middle blocker, with the serve. That was awfully close to the baseline. No challenge requested. Solid service pressure coming from the Brazilian side of the net. This time a great ball in. And that's a really heavy swing cross court. Off a nice delivery by Pedro again. And Arthur's going to keep swinging away from the right side of the court. 10 serving 9. Another miss serve for Brazil. They're pushing very hard from the serve, and they're trying to rip these jump serves, which we haven't seen a lot of in the previous matches here in these Under-17 World Championship. As Venezuela trade that serve back to Brazil. Here comes Lorenzo for Brazil. Passes a little bit too tight. Setter was back row, could not touch that ball. And the referee sees it straight away. Don't think Venezuela have much to complain about there, because that ball was coming way over. Completely going over to the Brazilian side of the court, and the block was intercepting it legally. So Brazil now lead by 2, 12 serving 10. This time Lorenzo takes a bit of pace off the serve. Great pancake. Oh, what a play from Brazil. Layout dig, high ball to the outside, and a rip on the cross court. Finds the court. Great footwork, getting his feet to the ball. No chance to make a defensive play on the ball. I think it might have ricocheted back into the face of Gonzalez in the libero position. So we're going to have a little stoppage here while the medical team attend to Gonzalez. Tried to make a play on the ball, and then in the end, ricocheted back, hit him in the face. Might be some bleeding. You can see on the replay here. Very unfortunate play. So far, Brazil distributing the offense really well. Arthur in the opposite position, of course, the main option for them. Peseta Pedro has also been distributing to Lucas through the middle. It's been very effective as well. Lorenzo. And that depth in the team, that talent across the board might well be enough to win this match and potentially go on to win the gold medal here. So we are ready to get back underway. Sets a little bit tight. Brazil does a great job getting out to the block. And they get a free ball over now. Oh, confusion. But it's gone out of bounds. A bit of confusion about who's going to get it, though. Brazil are saved by the fact that it drifts out of bounds. You can see Arthur with both hands extended, waiting for his teammate to get the ball. Perhaps he should have taken the step over. In the end, they're forgiven, though. Venezuela goes through the middle, wrapped on the block, and the cover's not going to come back. That's a very solid, well-timed block through the middle, very well read. Maybe a little bit too predictable on the set from Medina on the other side. This time the pass a little bit off the net. Not too many options for Venezuela. Rondon gets the swing. Good hustle on the backcourt. It's not going to come back, though. Venezuela get a very important point, trying to keep this set close. It just feels like they rely so heavily on Rondon on the opposite position. While Brazil have a much more well-distributed offense. Big swing off the hands, and we've got some Brazilian fans in the house here today. As we do anywhere around the world that Brazil is playing volleyball or beach volleyball, there will always be some Brazilian fans to support them. It's a volleyball country, and they're showing it with the performance level as well. 16 serving 11. And that's the one thing that maybe you could fault so far in their performance for Brazil. A lot of missed serves, but at the same time, the service pressure has been tremendous when that serve has landed in, so can't fault the aggression and the confidence going for it. It's Rondon now for Venezuela. Top spin serve, well handled, perfect ball in. Heavy swing, what a pickup. Can Venezuela transition this? It goes long, to the disbelief of the entire Venezuelan team. It's a well-worked play. They earned themselves the opportunity, didn't quite take it. And it looks like Gonzalez, the libero, is back onto the court now. Recovered from that ball to the face just a couple of points ago. Another miss serve for Brazil. I mean, I would say the silver lining for that is that Venezuela have not been able to get into a rhythm siding out. They haven't been able to receive and set up their offense. And Brazil have continued siding out smoothly, so that service lapse has not cost them very heavily. But now Venezuela, with a block of their own, starting to bring things closer and closer. And starting to read Pedro. Starts perhaps going to Arthur a little bit too much as his number one option. This time goes to the outside and a clean swing through the block. Rondon again, heavy swing down the line. Another great turn. Opens up the whole court. You can see his torso facing all the way to position 6, maybe position 1 even. And then turns the ball across his body. What a brilliant young opposite hitter. High ball for Brazil to the outside, well slowed down by the block. Another chance for Venezuela. But Brazil shuts it down. Very well-formed block. And it was the setter Pedro on the line, assisted by Lucas, who already has 19 blocks in this competition, leading the way for Brazil on the blocking department. Oh, it's an ace serve. And now Brazil really firing on all cylinders. Venezuela have no answer. And that's such an amazing contribution when your middle blockers are not only producing with their attacking and blocking, but also contributing from the service line and with some defense. That can really set a team apart. That time a very ingenious tip. It's well disguised from Rondon. He's been swinging away pretty much every ball that's been set to him. So I think Brazil not expecting that one to be off speed going to the middle of the court. Big, heavy swing. Not a particularly fast play down the middle because they're exploiting the height disadvantage, the contact point disadvantage. And no matter what, Venezuela have not been able to stop Brazil in any of their options. Timeout coming now to try and slow down the momentum, try and change something tactically. And perhaps Venezuela running out of gas here after a gruesome match in a round of 16 against Bulgaria that went all the way to 5 sets. You just sense this could be the end of the line for this team, the end of the dream. As we see Brazil, other than a couple of serving errors, playing very clinically here today. Pipe attack, works to perfection. Excellent timing and execution off the play. It's a chatter with the serve. Very well handled, perfect ball in. And another heavy cross-court swing for another point. Lorenzo with a sharp angle, and Brazil getting everything their own way. 22 serving 17, a couple of points away from taking this opening set. Not unless Rondon has anything to say about it. Another great turn to the line, and Brazil really need to make that adjustment. That's about the third or fourth time that he's let that ball drift across and hammered the ball down the open line. Sets a little bit tight, and the tip is covered, but a bit of an awkward play. And the position not allowing Venezuela to keep that ball alive. Heavy serve, well handled. It's going to be Rondon again, and again he goes to the line. Finding a way through the block. How many times has he been trusted? And how much more of the hitting responsibility can he take? It's going to be harder for him now going to the back row. He's going to get an opportunity to serve here to try and hero his way back into this set. A bit of a wild serve. A lot of pressure on his shoulders to try and carry this team. And in that position, down by 3. always difficult to come up with the goods. Now Brazil have set point here. As Lucas just asks the personnel to change the ball, maybe it was a little bit wet. Serving substitution for Brazil. Trouble for Venezuela. It's a down ball situation. Chance to finish it for Brazil through the pipe attack. And that's it. Set number one goes to Brazil, 25-19. Brilliant performance here so far from the entire team, even the substitutes as well. Venezuela have been stunned here in set number one. Brazil leading in every category. Those 4 blocks coming in very handy as well. And great shared responsibility across the whole team. And that's what separates the good teams from the best. You're only as strong as the weakest link in the chain, and Brazil have no weaknesses whatsoever. They've had very solid reception. The setting delivery from Pedro has been excellent, and the distribution as well. And across the board, really high efficiency and very low errors on attack. Those extra blocks putting the cherry on top of the cake of this great performance here in set number one. Now, can they keep it going and produce more of the same for the rest of this match? Still a long way to go, and still a chance for Venezuela. Full steam ahead for Brazil after a 3-0 victory against India in the round of 16. They could very well be heading to another 3-0 victory here, unless Venezuela find a way to turn things around. And that will come in very handy for Brazil, as they could go into the semi-finals very fresh, very well rested, and with very high spirits. Venezuelan players wanting to get this set underway as quickly as possible. They don't want to waste any time. They have high energy on their side, and it looks like they're going to come out fighting again. So here we go then, set number 2 underway with the serve from Brazil. Of course, it's going to be Rondon again from the right side of the court. You wonder if fatigue is going to be a factor for him, as he's hitting almost every single ball for Venezuela, scoring more than half the points for the team in this match here so far. Wow, that's a heavy swing from Arthur on the right side, giving it right back to Rondon. And anything you can do, I can do better. And the battle from the right side attackers in this match is going to be tremendous. Great pickup on defense. And the setter was back row, but I don't believe that there was an attacking action. I think he was trying to set that ball. See here on the replay. Maybe that ball was coming over though. And then he would have no right to play that and interfere with the Venezuelan play. 2 points to 1 now on the board. Block slows down the play. Middle option, well covered by Brazil. Can they bring that ball back? No, they cannot. Venezuela with a great opening here in set number 2. Back-to-back break points. Lovely ball in. And it sets up the middle brilliantly. And that's Venezuela's top server. But that's Brazil dealing with it really nicely. Great speed through the middle. And hustle from Brazil is not rewarded. Great positioning though. And that's a very ambitious set from Medina. Very nicely done, Venezuela. They keep their 2-point lead here. Another perfect ball in, sets up the middle again. And Lucas happy to keep swinging away. Venezuela going to have to come up with something stronger from the service line. Look at that. Look at the space created and the height from which he's contacting the ball. No chance for any blocker to get to that ball. Tricky serve, dipping. And Gonzalez has made the commitment to get that ball overhead. In the end, dipped way too low. You see how quickly that ball moved in the air. And not enough time to make the adjustment. So Brazil bring it back level off the back of some excellent serving. Another really flat, aggressive float serve. Well dealt with by Venezuela, who scrambled away for a point. But sooner or later, that service pressure from Brazil is going to pay off, as it did in set number 1. Nice push to the outside, well defended from Venezuela. Now here comes Rondon from the right side. Oh, what a pickup. Free ball, Venezuela. All options are open. Pipe attack through the block. And Venezuela extend the lead. They're playing with a lot of energy, a lot of passion. Wow, unbelievable high flying from Arthur on the right side. And that's going to shut down the momentum that Venezuela were building. Set's a little bit tight. Blocks well covered though. Now Rondon goes cross court. Arthur digs it up. Lorenzo with a big swing. And Brazil tie things up here. Excellent pickup. And you can see how well disciplined the team is as well, covering that last ball. All 6 players on the court ready to cover. Short serve takes the setter out of position. The set is too tight. It's a huge block. Shut straight down from Brazil. set was just drifting way too tight to the net and not enough of a push for a block out. Brazil take the lead again, 7-6. For Brazil, undefeated here so far. I mentioned that they beat India 3-0 in the round of 16, but they also beat Argentina 3-0. That was a huge victory. And then Poland 3-2 as well. Some excellent performances here in Doha so far. Venezuela refusing to go away here. It's a lovely one-handed set. Venezuela are equal to it. That's a down ball situation now here for Brazil. Through the middle. Wow, what a play. Incredible height and reach. Get that ball down to the court. And Lucas is scoring a vast amount of points for a middle blocker. He's got the blocking, he's got the attacking, and he's got the serving as well. Great ball in. And Rondon finds the back of the court just about. Venezuela doing everything they can to stay alive here in this tournament. And they're going to need to get Rondon some help. It's a good ball in, one-handed set. What a pickup from Gonzalez. Second chance for Brazil. It's tight again. Another one-handed set. What a play from Pedro. And that's going to get the Brazilian fans going. Very risky on the free ball, pushing it way too tight. Pedro staying calm, getting one hand to it, and delivering a very precise set to save the point for Brazil and tie things level here at 9 points apiece. Heavy topspin, well handled by Venezuela. Great pickup from Brazil. It's going to be a high ball. Can they get a swing on it? Yes, they can. Lorenzo somehow getting enough topspin on the ball. And it squeezes past the hands, the fingertips of Echare. You can see he was in the right position. Just slipped through the hands. Unfortunate for Venezuela. Set's really tight, well recycled. It's going to earn Venezuela another chance. The tip is too high. Brazil are equal to it. Now here comes Arthur. And he makes no mistake putting that ball on the floor. Timeout for Venezuela as Brazil have wrestled back the momentum on their side. They've done a better job at converting the opportunities. Rondon had a swing for it in that previous rally, but decided to tip it over the block and wasn't quite enough. No matter what, Brazil keep pushing momentum. This time it's an ace serve from Pedro. Very difficult to do off the back of a timeout. That's a really nice turn back to the line to get caught Venezuela off guard. Another heavy serve. This time Rondon gets a swing on it. Well blocked by Brazil. It's an insane pickup. Can Lorenzo finish it? Yes, he can. And it feels like every play Brazil are in the right place. Coming up with some unbelievable defensive actions as well. This has been a great serving run from Pedro. And it's going to continue as that set drifts too wide and out of bounds. It's a combination of a very strong rotation for Brazil with the setter in the back row and also their best server. And also a couple of really good plays that they strung together. Another very powerful serve. He's going to send a free ball over on one. Wow, what a block, but well covered by Brazil. Lorenzo again goes high off their hands. Is not going to get a touch. It's going to be a challenge called though. That was a very heavy swing. It would be very hard to see a small touch without the assistance of the cameras. So we're going to have to take a look at it now. There it is, touch on the block. Lorenzo gets the point. And this serving run is going to continue to the elation of the Brazilian players and fans and to the misery of Venezuela, who have been in this rotation stuck for more than 6 points in a row. I believe it's 7 points now consecutively for Brazil. Oh, it's another ace serve. Unbelievable stuff from Pedro. Already the second best server in the competition and trying to get to that #1 spot with another serve. Switching back to the line. Trouble after trouble for Venezuela and relentless pressure from Brazil. Now 16 serving 9. A moment ago it was 9 points all as Pedro first went back to serve. Venezuela can't find the court. Garcia fires long. And this run of points is going to continue as Venezuela call another timeout to try and stop it. Brazil trying to set a record. Certainly a competition record has been set for a number of points scored consecutively. It just feels like every Brazilian player is fully locked in on the mission, very focused, prepared, anticipating. A little bit of good fortune as well, a combination of everything, leading to a commanding lead opening up here in set number 2. Another heavy serve and another free ball for Brazil. Lorenzo on the outside. Oh, it's an error. Oh, what a shame. It's going to end the run of points here. And immediately he's going to be subbed out. I wonder if that error had anything to do with it, but either way, Lorenzo is going to the bench. Nonetheless, it's 10 serving 17. And that's not going to help Venezuela turn their fortunes. It's a high ball for Rondon. Tries to turn to the line. That's been successful to this point, but this time it goes wide. Overcooked it a little bit. So much pace on the ball. And it's close, but it's not close enough. Doesn't catch the line. High ball to the outside, well covered off the block. This time a bit of pace is taken off the attack. Pedro's equal to it on defense. But Venezuela get a solid block. Can they use these kinds of points to shift the momentum, to improve their confidence, their morale? So far, Brazil have had everything their own way. And especially that serving run with Pedro serving has completely demolished Venezuela's chances of coming back, at least in this set, number 2. Rondon trying to come up with some heroic serving. And it's much more difficult in that situation, where you're already down by a big margin and your team is looking to you, relying on you to do something so special. It's a 9-point lead here still, as Rafael's going to serve for Brazil. Heavy topspin, well handled, ball through the middle. Nice assist on the block by Arthur. Excellent pickup. And another cover for Brazil. Arthur covers himself, he's going to get another swing. And Brazil holding on to the rally. Knocking on the door again and again. Amazing patience. And love the way that they hold back on the approach, keep the ball in front, keep going for their swings after being blocked twice. They have a confidence and a talent in their team that's been very hard to match in Venezuela. Great reactions on the defense. Well, it's another chance for Brazil. Arthur from the right side, deep cross court. Take a look at this high-flying, definitive hit into the corner. Brazil now making substitutions. Trying to get some of their substitute players some court time, as it might be their last opportunity here in this match as we head into the business end of the competition where they cannot afford anything but the best happening on the court. And now that ace serve is really demoralizing for Venezuela. This second set has been a nightmare for them and a dream for Brazil. 23 serving 12. Turn to the line. Some pointed fingers at the Brazilian players, but I don't think there was a touch on this ball. And it's now set point for Brazil. They're going to have to do it from their own side out. Great pull in through the opposite, nice play, and that's going to end set number 2, 25-13 the way of Brazil. You can see what they were trying to do with the inside ball, maybe a little bit too inside, but well fixed on the attack, and now Brazil can afford to get creative as they were enjoying such a commanding lead. Just 22 minutes in set number 2. The dispatch of Venezuela, and that serving run for Pedro was over 9 or 10 points in a row. A couple of aces as well, and you can just see every category completely stacked in Brazil's favor. 4 aces to Venezuela's 0, 13 attack points to just 6, and Venezuela are going to need nothing short of a miracle to get back into this match at this point. Despite trailing now 2-0, Venezuela seem to want to get things going straight away. They don't want to waste any time between sets. They don't really seem to be discussing the situation at length. And it's going to be the last opportunity for Venezuela to stay alive in this competition. For Brazil, already one step firmly in the semi-finals and looking to finish things off here. They'd love to get this match done in 3 sets. It's a perfect start. Arthur going off the hands for the first side out for Brazil. this is the rotation. This is the lineup that did so much damage in set number 2 with 10 points in a row. Venezuela would love to get out of this rotation now. And they do it off the hands. You can see how much that means. They got stuck in this situation in set number 2, where absolutely nothing was working. And they had no way to find the ball on the court. And this time, they've gone past it straight away. Nice swing from Lorenzo, playing with the timing. Hitting that ball a little bit later. And that ricochets off the block for another point. Brazil starting out very smoothly at the moment. Cross-court swing, what a pickup, great reactions. Venezuela earned themselves another chance here on a high ball to the outside. Oh, another great pickup, this time Pedro getting in on the action. But Venezuela shut down Arthur on the right side of the court. Very promising stuff from Brazil. The whole team playing tenacious defense. But in the end, Venezuela putting up a solid block. Again, another heavy swing from Arthur. And when he's only got one blocker in front of him, that's a scary sight for any team. It's now 3-serving 2. Pass is a little bit tight. Oh, that's a brilliant tip. Great read from Medina. Understood that the block was right in front of him and decided to tip backwards into the open space. Great vision and anticipation. Oh, lovely one-hander set from Pedro. A very soft and precise push to the middle. Take a look at this. Wow. So much space opening up on the court. And Brazil with another seemingly effortless side out. Underway then. Brazil leading by 1 here. Very aggressive float service, very nicely handled. Cross-court swing is covered, but it's a net touch. Not going to let Brazil carry on with the play. Venezuela starting to show that they can compete with the best. Can they sustain this level though? Try and at least scratch a set away from Brazil. Wow, that's a really high swing to the corner, going right above the block. And that's not a ball that can be stopped by Venezuela, fortunately. And it's Luca on the outside. Bit of pace off the serve. It's a good ball in. Great pickup. Free ball over. Second chance for Venezuela. Pipe attack is good. Now here come Venezuela. That's 3 side outs in a row. And looking much more convincing here. That time Garcia flying in from the back court. And the pipe attack is not a play that we've seen a lot of at this level. But more and more, especially the higher level teams, starting to use it. Such an important piece of the game at the men's level. Super powerful serve from Lucas. Well handled by Venezuela, but I think that hit's gone long from Rondon. And perhaps the pressure of being asked to swing time and time again starting to weigh on him. Lorenzo, cross court. It's been an amazing performance for that young man. Catching every ball on his stride. Another missed serve for Brazil. It hasn't been too detrimental for them though. If anything, it's stopped Venezuela from getting a rhythm on the side out. They haven't had too many chances to really build up their reception and their side out play. Good reactions. And it's a net touch on the follow-through after the attack. Venezuelan players looking at their coach, but it's not going to be a challenge. I think he did touch the net just inside the limits of the antenna. And the lead starting to open up here for Brazil again. 10 serving 7. Free ball opportunity here. Pedro goes to the outside. Oh, big swing from Luca. And you can see the space on the line. Not much of it, but very well taken. It's going to lead to a timeout from Venezuela. This really is the last chance for them to come back into this match. They need to figure something out. Whether it's on the service line, applying more pressure to stop Brazil from being so comfortable as they look. Oh, I mean, there's really not much else that Venezuela can do. The talent on the other side of the court is simply tremendous and very well distributed across the court. They have so many options at any given time, and the depth extends even to the bench as well. Luca, number 11, coming on and delivering a couple of very strong swings just now. And that man right there, Lorenzo, scoring very easily as well. Brilliantly stopped by the block. Oh, that's a warm-up hit through the middle. And now Brazil at full speed. and with nothing to lose, nothing to fear. Great turn in the air. It's backed up with an ace serve. And the joy on the side of Brazil is really amazing to see. They're smiling all around, and they're playing extremely well here. 13-7-7. That time a really good ball in, well read on the block. Now Rondon tries to finish it. I'm not sure if that ball went outside the antenna. In the end, the confusion between the Brazilian players doesn't get the ball back in play. I think that might have been legal. And maybe they surprised themselves as well as us. That first ball really looked like it might have been inside the antenna. It's a really heavy serve. Sets a little bit too tight. Oh, what a save. Not only saved, but puts it down to the court somehow. Arthur. Take a look at this reach over and up. And the finesse as well, the soft touch to kind of leave it right where it is. Monster block for Brazil. And we can't see a way back for Venezuela past this point. Lucas now with his 20th block this competition. Unreal numbers from the middle blocker. Another very astute block from Brazil, slowing the ball down. And another kill block from Lucas. 21 blocks now. Lovely press. Over and across to the Venezuelan side of the net. And it's now 16-8. And here comes Venezuela's second timeout of the set. I think they are right to use it at this point. And try to stop the bleeding somehow. So the timeout works for Venezuela. It's a missed serve. And the work is really cut out for them now. 9-16. Only one blocker in front of him, and Arthur swings as hard as he can over and above the hands of the block. 17-9. And Brazil just putting the finishing touches on an incredible performance here. Oh, what a block. Nowhere to go. The left hand pressing, that was a very satisfying block, the way he came across the net and the timing and the execution. Excellent technique. Trouble here for Venezuela. Trying to find the sideline, misses wide. And it's a party for Brazil and their fans here in Doha. everything's going their way. Venezuela now tried to make some substitutions, but might be too little too late. It's incredible to see not just the quality of the performance, but also the joy and the confidence that Brazil are playing with right now. It might be one of the favorites here in this tournament, alongside France. And that's been the only thing that's surprised of Brazil in this match, is the number of missed serves. But at the same time, like we mentioned, it's not allowing Venezuela to really get touches on the ball, get rhythm, feel comfortable with the ball. And because Brazil is starting out so smoothly and so easily, it hasn't really been a problem that they've missed a lot of serves. As Luca comes back to the bench, he's done a phenomenal job swinging from the outside hitter position. It's now Enzo, number 10, getting a chance to serve for Brazil, getting a lot of time here to think about it. That's a big hit, cross score. The Brazilian player is absolutely unfazed by it. Just a gap in the block, I think, that was well exploited, and even the coach puts his hands up and makes a gesture as if to say, next point. And the miss serve from Venezuela can't back it up. Brazil now just 4 points away from a space in the semi-finals. And it's a matter of how and when. As Luan gets a chance to serve now for Brazil from the bench. Rondon makes a turn to the line. He's missed it again. And everything's gone wrong for Venezuela from about the halfway point of the second set, when Pedro had that service run of over 10 points. Since that until now, they've scored very few points, and they just haven't been able to regain their confidence, regain their strength. While Brazil have continued to rise higher and higher. And they are really on top of the wave here. Big swing from Venezuela, showing that at times they've had some excellent plays and some strong talent on their side, but it just hasn't materialized into a genuine chance of winning this match, because Brazil have been so relentless. Look at that middle attack. Effortless, smooth. It's a great ball in. Perfection on the timing. And the placement on the attack as well, the precision going to the sideline. Makes it impossible to stop. 23 serving 12. More substitutions for the Brazilian side. Getting court time for some of the substitute players that maybe have not played much in the competition. These U17 World Championships, also a great development opportunity for these young players. And that heavy serve is going to lead to a free ball for Brazil. The hit goes wide. But again, no worries, no troubles for Brazil. 13-7-23, they're very comfortable in this position. Blocked by Venezuela, and it's not going to come back. Maybe overusing the middle a little bit. And I believe it's going to be a challenge from the Brazilian head coach. I wonder what he might have seen on that play. Point goes to Brazil. And just like that, it's match point on the board. Brazilian fans feeling the excitement already of the place in the semi-finals. That surely is done and dusted. 24-13. Now can they finish it in fashion? It's not going to be from the service line. Now Venezuela will serve, and one side out required for Brazil to advance to the semi-finals in a very quick and efficient 3-0. It's a missed serve. Brazil have done it. A commanding victory. And you can see what it means to them. An incredible achievement, reaching now the semi-finals of the tournament. And the last two matches, round of 16 against India, and now against Venezuela, in three very quick, efficient, clinical sets of volleyball. An incredible performance across the board for every member of the team. They showed a lot of passion, a lot of joy in their performance, and they deservedly advance here to the semi-finals. 25-19, 25-13, 25-14. In a little over an hour, and stacking up in every category here. More aces, more attack points, a couple of extra errors, most of them coming from the service line though, and 8 blocks as well. They can be very proud of this performance across the board, led by Arthur, the opposite in scoring. Another brilliant performance for Lorenzo, and I think the setter, Pedro, really deserves a lot of credit for the quality of this team. His run of serves in the second set, really put this match to bed. Commiserations to Venezuela, a great run for them. I think they simply ran out of gas after that 5-set victory in the round of 16 against Bulgaria. And they met their match here in a Brazilian team that could go on to win this competition. strong performance and a well-deserved victory for Brazil. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you again soon.